it can be. How are you today?
Oh, I'm fine. It's been a long day, even though it started early. So, but I'm fine, I think. I need more coffee.
Okay. This is your first album?
It's our fourth, yes.
Yes, and not the third part of the trilogy.
Oh, it's one in between.
Yes.
So we make one album in the trilogy, then another one, and then one more, and then a different one. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're planning the third one now.
It's like a concept album with a main theme, something about witches, about women, and a special period.
Yes, sort of. We started the album without any plan and no plan whatsoever, and just started making music and recording. And when we were to write the lyrics, we listened to the songs, and the first couple of songs had nothing to do with any feminine features or anything like that. We turned completely different directions. Since we didn't have a plan, we just went with what felt right. But then it was like it came upon us slowly with the song Alucarda, sort of opened the door for us, and we started more and more to talk about the oppression of women in Abrahamic religions for millennia. So it's not only about the period of witches, and I think that the witches, and also we have the song Power of Eve. Um, she was the one who went against the god and ate from the fruit and listened to the serpent, and the serpent was the only one in the story who didn't lie. So, because even Adam lied and God lied and Eve lied. Did you eat from the tree? No. you know but the serpent was the only one who didn't lie, and she is the one who gave us the knowledge of good and evil by eating, and for that we were thrown out of the garden. So it's sort of evolved in the writing process. I think it was maybe at the third song that we wrote lyrics for. I think that was Alucarda, and it more and more it came to a more feminine theme, and we started discussing these different things, and oh, that song kind of feels like a witch theme. And so we went to our local witches here, and the terrible Sweden is a small country, and back in the 1600s we were even smaller population wise. So it was I think in a couple of years, 6 or 8 years, over 200 people were killed. It sort of escalated, started with two boys who pointed out a woman that they didn't like, probably, um, as a witch. And then the finger pointing began, and it got completely hysterical. And the church and the king, they tried to stop it, but it just escalated really fast. And that's a fascinating story. So the boys were found dead in the woods afterwards. I know somebody was probably not happy with them. So, but all of those things sort of came together. So the theme slowly turned into a feminine theme, I think. So that's why we also brought in, and also we usually have females on our recordings, the backing vocals and so forth, as well as male to make it a bigger sound. But this time we pulled the female voices a little bit further in the mix. So, and whenever we can afford it, we bring one along, one of the singers. So.
And so, who is Alucarda?
Alucarda is, to us, she came to represent victims of exorcisms, or girls being accused of being of the devil or evil for just maybe being a little bit different, or being strong, maybe. I know Elin, who is singing with us, she some of the songs have become very personal for her. So, and I think it's the thing that maybe she was a little boyish when she was growing up, and people always told her that she couldn't be that way, and she shouldn't be that way, and she should be quiet, and she shouldn't whatever. But she was happy to tell everybody what she knew. I know this. Tone down, sort of. And so it started for us, I think, that song with a movie. It's a Mexican movie, I think, Alucarda, from the 70s, I think. And then we start, like we always do. There's a book, or there's a movie, or there's something else, and then we look at it and we start talking, and we start making our own story around it and our own parallels to reality, I think. So it becomes rather wide, because our minds tend to go everywhere.
Yes, your music is very cinematographic.
Yeah.
How do you transcribe on stage?
Oh, I wish we had more money, then we would do it really well. Right now we are always traveling rather light. We are not at the level where we have any spare cash. So but we try to bring the energy, and we're hoping for the day when we can realize some of our visions for the maybe more theatrical part, for the stage show, so to speak.
Yes, maybe like the Italian band, Death Legacy, if you know them.
Once again,
Death
please.
Legacy.
No, I'm not sure.
No, it's an Italian band and very cinematographic. In they had a performer on stage. A lot of
There's a performer on stage.
the cat. So maybe like that, somebody to perform on stage.
Yes, we would love to do that. Absolutely. We have a friend who has a band, but I think they canceled. They made one record, I think, and had a few shows, but it was always they had several performers. The one you thought were the lead singer didn't sing at all. He just had a mask and a big like a sling blade on stage. So that was very theatrical. But we will get back to you when we have the budget, or if we can find a way to do it for less.
Yes, because your theme is occult and
Yeah, they say so.
universal. Universal. It's
Pardon?
universal. Worldwide, the same story uh, with woman and occult, and what you described with Alicarda.
Yeah, I think it's like that worldwide,
Yes,
and but it might be different. I think Sweden, we think we are often very modern, and that we are, but the undercurrent, it's still there. You can see it in things like inequalities in like the wages and paychecks are generally smaller for women, and jobs where women are dominant are usually a little bit lower rated, sort of, even if they go to school, as long as a male dominated work, so to speak. So I think it's maybe not all in the religious manner, but there has always also been, I think, and in many cultures, probably nowadays all around the world, but maybe not always all around the world, there has been the sort of a sexual stigma for women, like a woman who enjoys herself is all of a sudden a whore, and a man is cool in some way. So that's not really fair, is it?
So, you plan a tour on Europe or maybe more?
We are going to we're starting slow here. We're going to Poland this Saturday for a festival, and then we have 4 release shows in Sweden the week after that and the week after that. And then in October we will do a shorter run in Europe, mainly Germany, Austria, and Poland, I think. Mostly Germany. It will be, I think it's 10 days or something in October.
Yes.
But then beyond that, we have some festivals for next year are beginning to book up and so forth. And we're looking at maybe in the spring a shorter run as well.
Okay.
So we're hoping to do more, but we are cautious right now, waiting for the bookings and the bookers to do their job.
Yes. 6 years from the
Yes.
previous one. It's a long time.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a lifetime for some.
Of course.
It's we released our last album just it's pretty much exactly 6 years ago. It was in September as well, and in 2019. And while we were booking a tour together with the band Lucifer, we started hearing about the COVID thing in China, and slowly it was coming. We were supposed to go in May, I think, and in 2020 to have a tour for our album. And we had lost a few band members around the release, so we had to play with a new drummer, and I think we had a new bass player after that as well. And then, so we started rehearsing with them, and then the pandemic, and then they said, okay, now the tour is going to happen. Okay, somebody else quit the band, the guitar player, new guitar player rehearsed, and then the tour and the festivals were postponed again. So we spent a couple of years, I think, there from maybe 2019 to 2021, somewhere we spent rehearsing for the shows that never happened,
Of course.
and rehearsing with the new band members. But then in 2021, 2022, we started writing songs. And then we got a job doing a movie soundtrack in 2022. And it took us, I think, almost 2 years from we got the idea presented to us and the script, and we started filming, and finally in 2024 we delivered the movie soundtrack, and it was released last fall, I think. And it was in a Finnish movie called Heavier Trip, and it was released last fall, I think. And then we started recording, and here we are.
Yes.
So we weren't completely lazy. we were working and not liking the pandemic very much.
How do you feel with this release?
I think it's been a while now, so since we left it over to the hands of others. It was finished, recorded, and mixed early this year. So now we're starting to listen to the songs again and to relearn them, maybe before the tours. But I think we like it. I think that's the overall feeling in the band, that we like it very much. We think it's the best sounding album we have so far. there are things on the other albums that are very characteristic for those albums, but we like how we evolve. I think that we are, for us, it feels like we're moving forward and not regretting anything, but we're moving forward to new places. And I think we have managed to do that pretty well, pretty okay, I would say.
And do you think it's very different from the previous one in the
I,
composition or the way to work on it?
yeah, it's a bit different because for the ones that we do for the trilogy, we have a storyboard and we have a plan before we even write the songs. We have a plan for what the story and the concept and the theme of the album should be. We even have little, okay, first this happens, then this, and then that. And for us, it's very much the album from the first song to the last moves in the right direction or in a story for us. Then we don't tell anybody about it. So we figured for this one, oh, maybe we should tell them we're doing a trilogy. We've been doing that for what is it now? Since 2012. So that this album was very different because we didn't have a plan, but the plan sort of found us a bit midway in, I think, and it felt like a relief just to go, but a little bit scary not to have the plan. But I think this album is more. It's more everything. There are more little details, and we are developing, I think, our backing vocals and our guitars, and everything is sort of more.
And you're number one on our Rockard magazine. Rockard.
Yeah, rock hard in Germany. Yes, yes, that's very nice. And I think we were number 4 in German Metal Hammer. I don't know really what happens in others, but that's really nice. We get friends send them to us. They take a picture. Look, you're number 1 or you're number 4. So that's a very very nice. Let's hope everybody enjoys it.
Yes, I like when I listen to it.
Yes.
You told me you began to prepare the end of the trilogy.
Yes.
Yes.
I can tell you a little bit about it. I can't tell you too much, but the first one is like the antithesis to John Milton's Paradise Lost. In Milton's Paradise Lost, there's the battle in the heavens, and Lucifer is cast to his spot there in hell, and cast from the heavens. And in our version, there is a battle in hell, but Lucifer and his angels win, and so the many songs on the first album are like a war cry or uh, allegiance to Lucifer, and then they win and they kill God, and Jesus is still there, and he's offered a lower throne. So we're building sort of a mythos there, or we could say it's divinely inspired. So, but maybe that's what happened. It's a fan fiction, maybe. But and then for the second album, uh, we play on the story that the son, Jesus, is cast to the earth, pretty much like Lucifer was in Milton's. But without the father, we play on the. I don't know if you're familiar with the moral argument for God's existence. Yeah, because they say without God we can't be moral, and if we killed God in 2012, the son is cast to earth and he has no morals. He's like a blank page without the father. So he is tempted to end the 7 deadly sins, and we loosely root ourselves in Dante's Inferno for that one. So we have the deadly sins, and there are 9 songs on the album, but 7 deadly sins. But the 9 songs sort of represent the levels of hell in Dante's Inferno. And finally, he is submitting. We have the last song, Subicio, so he's submitting to his destiny and is taking the place of Lucifer, frozen to the waist in the 9th circle of hell, as the new ruler of hell, on the lesser throne that he denied and didn't want. So, and the third one, we're going to France.
Yeah.
And we have there's a French author who won the Nobel Prize, Anatole France,
Yes.
and he I don't know how you say it in English or in French, Révolté d'Angers or something like that.
Révolté.
Is that it? The
English, it's
revolt of the angels.
La révolte des anges.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. So the third one in the trilogy, we are going to base loosely on that book because it falls really nicely there, and it's also a very important book for some Satanists in the world today. So,
Okay.
so that's no more said. I've said too much already.
For the next interview.
Yeah, no, it's I had to bring up the French author.
What can you say more about this album?
Oh, I got to sing a bit on a few songs. I did that I've done it on maybe the last album and some more, but this time I know Thomas, who is our lead singer. I think the first song we recorded, he said, "Well, you should sing these parts." Why? Because I want to rest. So, but it turned out really nicely, and I think, and for the live shows, he gets to rest on a couple of songs now. It's especially if you're up there for 1.5 hours or something. It can be tiring going bananas all the time. So I can say that about the album. I can say about the music videos. We had the fortune to meet through the Finnish film project that we wrote music for. And we were introduced to a Finnish filmmaker who won some awards for one of his short films. So he agreed to do our 2 first videos.
Yes.
So
For then Alucarda.
Yes, and Power of Eve. Yeah. So, and for the budget, he really only wanted to make one. But we said it's pretty much like because we wanted to be a first one and then a sequel, so you can have the same people and the same atmosphere, just change the story.
Yes.
So, and he understood that and thought, yeah, that's a really cool idea, and he wanted to do it. So we argued for 2 videos, I guess. But we had that idea. It was very loose for him, but the idea that the first song should represent, you see, these girls who are taken, like in a medieval period, taken and supposedly about to be burnt at the stake as witches. And then in the second one, The Power of Eve, it's like a dreamy revenge of sorts. I know I have some friends female friends who said, I wanted to see blood. they wanted there to be a bloody revenge. So the third video coming soon will be a bloody revenge, and that one we did with no budget and did it ourselves. So that will be like a low budget old horror film more.
Okay, with blood.
Yes, with blood. And it's, I think, I don't remember what blood. We were using a recipe from old Dracula movies. It's got a name. I can't remember it from the top of my head. It's not old blood, but the recipe is old.
So thank you very much.
Yes.
It was a pleasure to speak with you, and I hope to see you in France and for the end of the trilogy, the next interview. I hope.
Yes. Excellent. We hope to come to France too. We have only been once,
Yes.
and it was at Hellfest in 2014. So it's been a long time. It's been 11 years since we were in France. We need to come.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Definitely. Yes, that's all. Questions?
Yes.
Thank you, Céline.
You're welcome.
Merci beaucoup.
De rien.
That's all my French. Ciao.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.